Assalamu alaikum, this is Sarisawa. Every Thursday at 12 p.m, join me right here on Radio Dawn for The Inner Journey, a space where faith meets healing and science meets the soul. As a hypnotherapist and a life coach, I'll take you through powerful conversations, reflections, and tools to help you overcome challenges, find balance, and reconnect with your true self. So tune in every Thursday at 12 p.m. for The Inner Journey. With me, Sarisawa, only on Radio Dawn. Your community, your voice, your connections. Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters, and welcome back to Radio Dawn 107.6 FM. You tune into the radio show The Inner Journey with me, your host Sarisawa. I am a hypnotherapist and life coach. We go through this journey every Thursday at 12 p.m. The whole purpose of this journey is to learn different techniques and different ways to understand ourselves better so we can live more meaningful, healthier and happier life. And every week we like to choose a different topic that we can understand about ourselves and how we can make ourselves feel better and the people around us. And the topic for this week is very important because it's something that perhaps all of you will be able to relate to, or perhaps you'll be able to see people around you might be showing signs. So today's topic is burnout. Burnout from work, burnout from the constant struggles or work of lives. But just before we jump into that, we got to discuss some of different therapies today. There are some of the therapies that I actually do in my practice, and I like to help people achieve different results depending on what they're going through. So I thought I'd run through different therapies today, just so you can understand which one perhaps would be a bit more suitable for you if you ever think about that you need to get some sort of support. And it doesn't necessarily mean that there's something wrong with you. It could be that it could be the goal setting that you want to achieve certain goal, and you just want your body, your mind to work with you to achieve that goal. Because this is where I work more. My work is more focused on the conscious and subconscious mind, the hypnosis. So just before going into it, a lot of people actually do ask me, what is a conscious mind or subconscious mind? Is that subconscious or unconscious mind something that we are not used to or something new? So let's just break that down before we go into the therapies. So your conscious mind is something that is built in you to keep you protected. So it's your analytical mind. This mind is built for you to do the risk assessment of your life, if you put it in those words. And your subconscious mind is something that is I will always call it like a memory data. You get like the external drive where you can put all your data there. So that's the subconscious mind in the human body, that it stores everything that you go through from the time that you were even conceived in your mother's womb, and it stores everything that's in human life that they have gone through. And it's developed in the early stages of life. That's why we always say that the programming that has been built into you when you were young is what will manifest in your adult life. So your subconscious mind is something that is a part of your body, part of your mind that is running behind. It's 95% of our lives in a day we go through is from subconscious mind. It's only the 5% of the day we are running from conscious mind. So therefore, subconscious mind is quite important, because whatever is downloaded in that subconscious mind when you was growing up, that's what will manifest in an adult life. So for example, let's say your subconscious mind has a programming that money is hard to make, or you are not good enough to get your ideal job, or you're not able to get married or have kids. It could be so many different things that can be programmed in your mind. Like I said, it is built when you were young. So you know how we always say that the kids are like sponges, they just absorb anything that you say. And that is true, because from not to until at least 7 years old, every child is in hypnosis state. Anything that has been said to them, they will take on as a belief, something that they will live by rest of their lives. So if there's something that has been programmed into them that will be a negative, or something that doesn't make them confident enough, that can be obstacle when they are growing up. After 12 years of any child's life, that's when our analytical mind is activated. Our analytical mind, the conscious mind. But before that is our subconscious mind, just absorbing whatever's going on in our environment. So this is how conscious subconscious mind works. So first of all, we'll talk about the hypnotherapy, which is my favorite. I have specialized in hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy is simply a deep, relaxed state where your mind becomes calm and focused. In that relaxed state, it becomes easier to change habits, reduce anxiety, and release emotional pressure. In simple words, it helps your mind switch off from stress and connect with positive change. And hypnosis state, so if I get a lot of people asking me that, can you really hypnotize, or can a person be actually hypnotized? And I always tell them that, do you drive? Because if you're driving, so right now, if you're driving, or any time of the day when you're driving, you've gone from A to B, but you can't remember the journey. It's because at that time you was at hypnosis state. So that's when you've gone into your subconscious mind and you've gone into thoughts. Because normally what happens, which happens to me as well, because I find long drives quite therapeutic. So your mind is thinking, you've got these all thoughts running through your head. You're thinking about, perhaps what I'm going to eat, or what's going to be happening, anything that you're trying to be productive for your day. So the part that's actually thinking is your conscious mind. And the part that's actually driving at that time is your subconscious mind. And how the subconscious mind works is, anything that's repeated to it, it becomes a habit. And that's when you don't need to think about it. It will naturally become habit. And this is what the hypnosis does. If there is something in your subconscious mind that's actually not serving you, or you want to change it, this is where hypnosis will take you into that deep trance. Because our brain goes through different waves throughout the day. When we are active, working, we are in a different brainwave. But when we are ready to go to bed, or when we are waking up the first thing in the morning, we are at hypnosis state. So when I get a client, I get them to listen to MP3 or any hypnosis script that I record it for them. I get them to listen to it just before going to bed, or the first thing in the morning. Most of the time it is just before going to bed. Because when you're going to bed, and that's why, alhamdulillah, in Islam, like I said, is everything, alhamdulillah, has been put in Islam. We have started to understand the logical side of it now. Do you know how in Islam they say never go sleep upset with anyone, or go sleep by forgiving everyone, so you're not carrying this emotion. And now it is proven that if you go sleep with some sort of state that is not good, you are programming your mind to manifest or to bring them more alive in your life. Which means that if you've gone sleep sad, or anxious, or nervous, or feeling vengeful, you are programming your mind through all that time of sleeping. And what happens when you're programming your mind? You will attract that. This is how our mind works. Wherever our focus goes, our mind has capacity. Alhamdulillah, Allah has built us so powerful that it has the capacity to bring that in our lives. Therefore, when we doing the hypnosis, I always tell my clients, you need to listen to it when you go into bed. Don't need to lay down, just sitting up, because I don't want you to go sleep just yet, because that's even deeper state. But when we are doing that deeper work, we want them to be slightly awake, how we say, like a vivid dream. So it's quite vivid, and that's actually a hypnosis state. So that's where we want to bring on any change the habit via anything that you think that you no longer need in your life. This is where the reprogramming happens. It's quite powerful, and it's a deep work. And this is I would say, by far has been proven to be a work that's more permanent as long as you're committed to it. If you are listening to it every day, you are able to reprogram anything that you feel that you want to, kind of create into a habit or become a second nature. The second one is NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming. NLP looks at how your thoughts, your language, and your behaviors are connected. It teaches you how to change old thinking patterns, and so you feel better emotionally. So in simple words, change the thought, change the feeling, which will change the behavior. So this is, again, it's not the subconscious level. It's more of like when we are having a conversation with you, we're trying to understand where you're coming from, what kind of words you're using. So we try to reframe those words, those thoughts, because I always say that your emotions are connected with your thoughts. If you're having thoughts which you don't like, or you're not happy, check in with your feelings, because if your thoughts are not great, that's when you'll have behavior which is not great. So it's a spiral, I always say. So that's what NLP do. It really reframes your thoughts and your language. What kind of language are you using? Because our brain has association with every word. There's a feeling attached to it. For some people, for instance, if I'm working with a client who uses anxiety a lot, I like to reframe that to another word, a word that they can still express by saying that this is anxiety, but it's a better word, because our brain has association, which means that if there's a certain word that your brain and your subconscious mind, your body sees it as a trigger, anyone says that, your body will react to it. Therefore, reframing is quite important, because you're trying to keep your mind away from the survival mode. A survival mode is where your amygdala is activated, is ready to fight and flight. This is where you'll see big bursts of anger or a lot of emotions. It's because there's a lot of built up and there's a trigger. So that's what NLP do. And a lot of people must have heard CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. And CBT helps you understand your thoughts, challenge the negative ones, and break the cycle of overthinking. It's very practical and helps people take control of their mind. And in simple version, it teaches you how to stop the mind from spiraling. And I would say that NLP and CBT is familiar to a lot of people who go through the therapies. So yeah, NLP, CBT is pretty much similar things. However, the CBT is quite extensive. There's a lot of things that's associated with it, and it emphasizes on the emotions and especially the negative thinking and overthinking. And again, we do different kind of interventions which will be able to kind of break that the spiraling of thoughts, where you're able to, if you're able to take one thing out of it, it just breaks that spiral, so you're able to kind of redirect your thoughts. And then another one is psychotherapy. Psychotherapy goes deeper into your emotions, your past, and your inner patterns. It helps you understand why you think, feel, or react a certain way. And in simple words, it helps you heal from the inside out. Again, coming down to, like I said, that, our mind, our body, our subconscious mind has association with certain words, certain people, certain places. And sometimes you'll see that some people react to something, but we don't know where it's coming from. And this is where the psychotherapy, we are able to go into the root cause, where it's coming from. I mean, hypnosis is best for that. When we do regression, we are able to take you back in the time where that specific thing must have rooted from. So then we are able to kind of, bring it on the surface. So then your conscious mind knows how to work with that, because your conscious mind is again very powerful, but it's only if you know how to direct it. Another one is somatic healing. If this one focuses on how the body holds stress, because you must have felt that sometimes you'll hear people saying that, I feel a tightness on my shoulders, or heavy chest, or knots in the stomach. These are all emotions the mind tried to avoid. So in simple version, it helps your body release what it has been holding for years. I always say that people who have had suppressed emotions, that turns it into disease. And if you want to learn more about it, I am a big fan of Dr. Joe Dispenza. He has cured himself from the wheelchair. A very good story to hear, actually, where how our mind is so powerful, alhamdulillah, with the will of Allah. We have been created so powerful. It's just that we need to learn that the power that's been blessed from Allah, how to utilize it, because the healing is within us. You must have heard people saying that, we make every single, we are the pharmacy of ourselves. So our body is the pharmacy. It's just that when you are telling your mind not to make certain things and say that, okay, it cannot be done, your brain doesn't have to work for it. But if you tell your brain that this is what's going to happen, your brain doesn't have a choice but to start working on it. Yes, obviously there is some limitations, which again, maybe we can speak about that some other day. But most of the time, if you tell yourself in the morning, I am going to have a great day. Yes, your inner dialogue, I like to call like the thoughts, they will rebel on that. And they will give you some other reasons that how are we able to have a great day. I'm gonna, obviously depending on what you're going to be doing. If you're working, then you might be thinking, your thoughts might be giving you scenarios like, this happened yesterday and I have to see her or him again, and how I'm going to deal with that. So your mind will give you all those thoughts that will make you think otherwise. But this is where you take control of your nafs, right? This is where you take control of your mind and your body to say, no, I am going to have, inshallah, with the will of Allah, I am going to have a great day today. And this is when you mute that negative inner dialogue. And watch, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, it takes 28 days for your brain to start registering anything new happening. It's only by the time, if you do it every day, inshallah, you'll start to see that you will start bringing, happiness in your life. And then you have to look for it as well. This is where, alhamdulillah, a lot of people are speaking about gratitude at the moment, and this has always been, alhamdulillah, in Islam, that Allah have said that the more you are grateful to me, the more I'll increase you. So this is where it comes down to that. When you really focus on the happiness, when you focus on the great things happening in your life, for some reason, this is how alhamdulillah, our mind is built, that we will not care what's happening negatively, because our focus is on happiness and what kind of happy moments has been created in our life. And alhamdulillah, because our focus is on that, it will be expand. And this is how powerful Allah, alhamdulillah, has built us. So these are some of the therapies that I do. And another one is EMDR, and it helps the brain process painful memories, anxiety and trauma in a safe way. Through guided eye movements or tapping, the emotional weight of the memory reduces. So in simple terms, the memory stays, but the pain connected to it becomes weaker. And this has been quite popular with the trauma processing as well. So alhamdulillah, these all, and obviously the counseling is another one. The first session is always the counseling, because counseling is all about letting you say what's been going on in your life. So these are some of the therapies that I do that in my practice, and these are some of the therapies maybe perhaps if you're thinking of getting some sort of support. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily has to be something so huge or so traumatic. It could be as small as, like I always say, having trying to have that promotion, or you've been working pretty much most of your life and now you want to be self-employed. And now that you're self-employed, how is your relationship towards the money? How are you feeling with the money? How are you feeling towards the end of the month when you're thinking, okay, I got bills to pay? So these kind of things, that really comes down to what kind of mindset and what kind of association you have. And alhamdulillah, we are able to work with that and reprogram our mindset and our mind to have still that peace of mind, where we've got this tawakkul on Allah that our rizq has been written. So though yet shaitan has this way to whisper in our ears that what's going to be happening end of the month, we have taken 5 days off because you were sick, or because of the children you couldn't go to work. So there could be so many scenarios. Obviously at the moment I'm aiming more towards people who are working, because our topic is the burnout. So yeah, and then again, like the more Allah tawakkal we are, the more alhamdulillah our difficulty has been eased off, alhamdulillah. So going into the burnout, so what is burnout? Have you heard of that word before? So now you know the kind of therapeutic tools I use. Let's go into today's important topic, burnout from work. Because honestly, the burnout is something so many people are silently struggling with. Burnout is not a normal tiredness. It is emotional, mental, and physical exhaustion from long-term stress. It's when you wake up tired. It's when you feel drained even after resting. It's when your mind feels heavy and you lose interest in your work or your routine. And actually, I have been feeling that quite recently. It's only a thought I'm tired. But when I had a good on weekend, I felt tired still. So that's when I started to realize actually these are signs of burnout. So I had to work on myself as well. So that's the reason I picked this topic, because of the weather. It gets dark quite soon. So it's automatically, you might feel that you're tired because the days has become shorter, but do make sure that you are relaxing your mind, your body as well, because burnout is a thing. Many people in our community don't recognize they are burning out. We are taught to keep going, be strong, don't complain. So we ignore the signs until it becomes too much. So too much workload, no breaks, long hours. And this is quite common if you're doing something you love doing, and you wouldn't care because you're enjoying it. But yes, it still can have a physical toll on you. Emotional pressure or perfectionism. So at home, most of the people finish work and come home to more work. Sometimes it could be cooking, cleaning, spending time with the family, kids. Your body never gets a chance to rest. I mean, it'd probably be a lot more for perhaps mothers out there, because we always say that taking care of children is a constant job for 24/7 and you don't get rest. This is why I always encourage my mothers to make sure that you are giving some time to yourself. And yes, it's a cultural pressure as well. Sometimes we feel guilty for resting, or we feel selfish for saying no, or we feel we must be strong all the time. All of this builds up quietly until the body says, I can't do this anymore. And this is when you start to have people start to see anxiety, stress, depression, just falling ill. Don't know what's going on, but they're just ill, because that's your body's way of communicating, saying, I can't do this anymore. So make sure that you are listening to your body and listening to the signs that your body is showing. So I'm going to go through some of these signs here, some of the symptoms, so perhaps you can relate to that. Emotionally, you'll feel irritated. Even though there's something that wasn't as big, but you'll feel irritated. You'll feel numb, feeling overwhelmed, or losing interest in everything. So sometimes people look forward to going to family dinners, or you're going out with your friends, so you'll start to lose interest as if it doesn't matter. Mentally, you'll be forgetfulness, struggling to focus, so your mind is everywhere, feeling mentally slow, or procrastination. That's another one that you know you need to do it, but you somehow self-sabotage that you're not able to do that task. And physically, you'll have headaches, body pains. Tiredness is a huge one. I know the fatigue is one of those things that is quite huge at the moment, but tiredness that doesn't go away. Even if you have had a full-on sleep, but you're still tired and it just won't go away. And sleep problems, insomnia, because I remember sometime I actually struggle with that, where I tell myself, okay, I'm going to have early night because I'm really tired, and I get in bed, and that's it, my overthinking mode has been activated, and now I'm thinking of something that probably doesn't even matter. Probably it was 5 years ago, but no, my mind is just now thinking about this, and then it's making connections, and now it's one scenario has led to another one, and that's it. So I've got this thing going on in my head. So, and then now it's fudge time. So and now I'm thinking to myself, I should have had sleep, because now I've got to be up and I've got a whole day ahead of me. And again, this is one of those signs that when your mind cannot switch off, that means you need some sort of relaxation. And some of the relationships get affected by it, because we are not us, isn't it? We're not just individuals. We have, alhamdulillah, our family, our community around us. So they get impacted as well, because perhaps we've become less patience with them, or more arguments starts to happen, or you feel like you want to be alone all the time. And when you start noticing these signs, your body is warning you. This is when you need to start taking more focus on what's going on inside you. This is a time that you need to perhaps take a step back. You need to relax yourself. You need to mentally be relaxing. Sometimes we say like cold baths. And yes, when we are praying, of course, we need to have a full focus. And I think this is where you'll feel as well that different thoughts are coming in your head. But this is where you need to start having some exercise, physically active. It literally releases hormones in your body to make you relax. And this is a best option to relax your mind and body, especially if you have a burnout. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have a good workout, like a weightlifting. You can just literally be 15 to 20 minutes on treadmill or a bike. Yes, if the treadmill is a bit inclined, that adds on. But as long as your body is actually going through that kind of stress, that we need to be creating the hormones that makes us happy and gives us a good night's sleep. If some of you that ever feels that they are having a broken sleep, perhaps try adding a bit of physical activity into your daily routine and see the difference. Because I'm working at the moment with some young girls, and because the kids are full of energy, and if they don't find any way to exert their energy, then internally it starts creating a conflict. And I have recommended to do start adding a bit of a physical workout, and they have an amazing sleep. And that's a good feedback to hear. So definitely, if you feel that you're having a bit of issue with your sleep, or you're overthinking, feeling overwhelmed, this is a time that when you need to start noticing before it's too late. And you don't want to be going into too deep into it, because as soon as your body starts to show signs, that's the time that you need to start looking after it and admit to yourself that I am overwhelmed. Because awareness is a healing. Start creating boundaries, which means take a small break. Don't check work messages after work unless it's important, yes, but maybe trying to having that your time, your family time. Learn to say I'll do it tomorrow, and ask for support. And daily grounding is perfect for these kind of work. Daily grounding habits are like 5 minutes deep breathing. That is great for anyone who wants to self-regulate. I have box breathing, which is amazing. You count to 4 when you are breathing in, and then you hold for 4, and then you let it out on 4, and then you hold for 4. Try to do it whenever you feel a bit more anxious, or you just your brain, your mind is just in overthinking mode. Try to do that at least 5 to 10 times in the morning, 5 to 10 times in at lunchtime, and 5 to 10 times at night. Obviously, if you've got asthma or any medical conditions, be mindful. Do what your body tells you or allows you to do. Yes, give it a try, but slowly, gradually is a lot better than just doing it all of a sudden, especially if you've got asthma or any of the medical conditions. But definitely put that routine into your body, because the extra oxygen really energizes your body. Stretch your body. Like I said, you don't have to be physically working out, going to gym and have that intense workout. Stretching your body, do bring that movement. And it could be, if you've got stairs, going up and down stairs, or it could be that some stretches like planks or something where you are moving your body. Drink water. That's huge. You need to drink water, because dehydration is one of the big reasons your body is not getting everything it needs. It's tired. So drinking a lot more water, and step outside for fresh air. Again, if you're working from home, especially if you're working from home, or if you're in a big building where you're indoor, make sure that you're going out for fresh air. And it's okay to communicate that with your work, because they'd rather have you being active and doing your work properly than actually being lost and not being able to give you 100%. Put your phone down for a few minutes, and I recommend hugely for youth as well as all of us, because our life has become so reliable on our phones that we don't see how much time we're spending on screen. And our eyes needs rest. So put your phone down for a few minutes. And these are the small habits that can calm your nervous system, because it's your nervous system that's on the survival mode. And this is what you want to release. This is where you want to go more into calmer state, so you can be a bit more energetic and be more productive in your life. And then, of course, if you feel that you need to have a gentle support by someone, like I said, I think in our community it's becoming a bit more familiar, a bit more, we're normalizing it a little bit more of mental health and well-being, which is, alhamdulillah, great. But if you feel that you do need that support, just make sure that you are reaching out. It is as normal that you're asking for mental health support. It's as normal as the physical health support. Because if there was something wrong with someone physically, they will go out and reach out for help straight away. Then we should be doing the same for mental health as well. Talking to a therapist helps you understand your patterns and rebuild your emotional strength. And to be honest, I love getting coaching, counseling done on me. And you might ask, what do you normally like to get coaching or counseling on? And I say that since I have discovered that the more you know about yourself, the more happier you can be, the life has never been the same for me. Because again, I come from the same community that you all are. And yes, for me, it was the same thing. The mental health is something that we don't talk about. But when I started to work with the work that I do, going into my subconscious mind and actually learning and unlearning something that was not serving me anymore, something that was holding me back to actually fulfill my life and be happy in small achievements and be happy every day. And alhamdulillah, and it's always a learning journey. You can never say, yes, I know enough. Yes, I've done enough work on me. That's not the case. You are always learning new things about yourself every day. And when you start to learn about yourself more, then you are able to understand people and learn people around you. Because then you know what strengths you have and what weaknesses you have. You know where to be mindful of and where you know you thrive. And I think this is what really hooked me into coaching. Everything that, every therapy that I have discussed today, I have got it done on me. And that's the reason I speak about it, because when we were used to do coaching, we were just used to be told, okay, you need to come up with something that you think that you no longer want in your life. And it could be a fear of heights or phobias. And it could be as small as presentation. I mean, people who are struggling with it is probably not that small. It's something huge for them. That's why they have the phobia. But so it could be anything that you feel you don't want it in your life, and you want to change your mindset towards it, so you don't have that fear in your heart, in your body. And this is where the coaching comes in. This is where the counseling comes in, and all the other therapies. That if you want to improve your life, improve your mental health and well-being, and even just thrive in your life, these therapies are there available for you. And inshallah, as we are going through this journey every week, you're more than welcome to reach out to us on Radio Dawn email, and or call us on 0115 8411 800. So you can reach out to us or send us an email where we can discuss about anything that you feel that you want to learn a bit more about. You can reach out to us. Any questions that you have, you can reach out to us, and inshallah I'll be able to give a bit more explanation on this on the next show. And I'm really hoping that today's topic and today's show was able to help you understand a bit more. If there's something going on within you, sounds like a burnout, do make sure that you look after yourself. Give yourself a break where your mind and your body is able to switch off to your daily routine and able to have that reset, so you can come back and be a bit more productive and it's not taking toll on your body. So on that note, I would like to thank you all, Jazakallah, for listening, and inshallah I will see you next Thursday at 12. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Sarisawa. Every Thursday at 12 p.m, join me right here on Radio Dawn for the inner journey. A space where faith meets healing and science meets the soul. As a hypnotherapist and a life coach, I'll take you through powerful conversations, reflections, and tools to help you overcome challenges, find balance, and reconnect with your true self. So tune in every Thursday at 12 p.m. for the Inner Journey. With me, Sarisawa, only on Radio Dawn. Your community, your voice, your connections.